This is my midlife crisis story, or my midlife crisis journey, right? Because I can't give the story yet. I haven't been through it. I'm just starting to go through it. So it's a journey. Okay, let's get some updates in. So I pulled out all the rest of my clothes yesterday. I actually have a pile over here. Much of them are going to be going into the donations box. The other things, it's already figured out where they're going. So by tomorrow, all of the excess clothes will be gone, which is good. I had 2 closets full and a cabinet. I had a lot. A lot of the clothes that I'm taking with me, like the summer clothes and slacks and things, I've already got those mostly packed. Actually, the summer clothes, I got to get that in a box because I don't want the bags ripping. Hopefully tomorrow I'm going to hear from the guy who might possibly be taking care of the issues with my car. So I just have to wait until then. I still haven't connected with my friend from Florida yet. I'm still kind of playing phone tag. I don't know what to think, because really, if he's not going to fly up and drive back with me, I'm going to get this stuff out of here, which I could have done probably by the end of the weekend if I wanted to, and then hit the road. I don't see any reason to stay here. I actually thought when I first gave my landlord the notice on March 2nd that I was leaving, for some reason I thought I had to stay until March 31st. And it just dawned on me a few days ago, like, no, you don't. You had to pay for the month. But you could leave before, you just couldn't stay longer. Last night, I was over to my daughter's house with her and her fiance, and we had dinner and watched a couple movies, and that was great. Ooh, the night before, they came over here for dinner, and she had me cracking out on Stranger Things. That was pretty nifty. But there I was for 6 hours watching Stranger Things. I'm like, ugh, I should be working on all this stuff. But once the inundation stopped, I've been kind of like trucking right along, getting things done. I haven't called to schedule cutting off the power, the internet service, things like that. So I'm gonna have to do that on Monday, make the phone calls to schedule when these things get turned off. Some of the tougher things for me to get rid of are like my dishes and my crock pot. Everybody has dishes, everybody has a crock pot, some people have 2. So one of my friends here in town, she said she was going to have to go to the Salvation Army to drop off a box. She couldn't just put it in the drop box here because there's some breakables, and that she would be happy to grab my box of dishes. The crock pot, somebody might possibly take that. I will find that out tomorrow. Otherwise, that'll go to the Salvation Army too, because again, everybody has all this stuff. I called my daughter some days ago. She didn't answer the phone. I thought maybe she was at work or whatever. I hadn't heard back from her. Sometimes people just don't get the message or they forget or whatever. So I figured, okay, I will jump on Facebook and send her a Facebook message. Well, I got on my Facebook and I discovered she had unfriended me. She didn't block me. So I'm going, okay, so maybe she didn't return my call or respond to my phone call on purpose. For me, I think this is like a really, really sad situation. Okay, she's upset with me. Okay, she's angry or hurt or whatever. I'm leaving. I'm here for, what, another week or 2, maybe 3, depending. I would have liked to have gotten to be able to spend some time with her so she and I could have just our time. I can do that with my other daughter, and it's actually rather simple because she's right here. But that other daughter, my older daughter who lives an hour away, we would have had to actually work something out for getting together according to her schedule, her work schedule. She works kind of crazy hours. I was hoping to be able to get at least several hours of just her and I. I was really just really very sad about that she had unfriended me. There's nothing I can do about it. So I'm sad, very sad about that. It's not going to change the situation. Crisis. I have to go. It means I have to go. I can't stay. I just can't. And I can't stay for a number of reasons. If I stay, I'm just going to die. I can't stay. And I know that so many people don't understand that. But if you are in or have had a midlife crisis, then you understand that. There's a reason the word crisis is in that terminology. I guess I want to say the way that it is viewed from the rest of the world, it's viewed that people tend to throw away lifelong marriages during a midlife crisis. People tend to throw away lifelong careers during a midlife crisis. People tend to throw away their very good credit, burying themselves in debt, buying things that they've always wanted or that make them feel young or whatever. But this is viewed as a crisis because people throw these things away. But I have to wonder, once these people that do these things, once they're through it, do they regret it? Do they regret walking away from that 20-year-long marriage? Do they regret walking away from 20 years on their career? I've been looking things up online. I don't find a whole lot, which I think is sad, a whole lot of stories. And I think that's sad because for so many people, this like quote unquote wrecks your life, this midlife crisis. But I think that's more of the way that the outside world sees it, those who didn't make those choices. But the very few things that I have seen as far as like testimonies go, they didn't regret it. They didn't regret walking away from that marriage that to them was very unfulfilling. They didn't regret walking away from the career that to them was unfulfilling. And I have a life that's unfulfilling. I love my kids. I love my grandkids. They do fill places for me. They do. But they have their own lives. My children have their own lives at this point. They're adults. And their life doesn't include me several times a week, nor should it. And my grandkids, they have their mother. Luck for them and for me to leave because grandmas are kind of different. But again, like I'm not spending a whole lot of time. I have all these hours and all these minutes in between. What do? I will wither away and die. I have to, all these hours and minutes in between are unfulfilling for me. I don't care what kind of job I have. And my friends are great and wonderful, but I'm not getting the stimulation I need. And I don't know if I'm going to get that when I leave state, but I do know it's not going to happen here. So the only possibility is to leave the state. I have to do this. Now I say, that people quote unquote throw away their life during a midlife crisis, but I have to wonder, is that how they feel once they've gone through the whole thing? I've heard testimonies from a number of people who quote unquote threw away their careers that in the end, they didn't regret it at all. They found other stuff to do for which they were really passionate about, really drives them, really stimulates them, and gives them a great sense of, purpose, reason, and happiness and peace and joy. We're here for a short period of time. We have to find our peace and joy and happiness. Let's do that without hurting other people. My family and friends are going to miss me, but we can do this face-to-face chatting. We can do visiting. Sure, it won't be as often because I'm states and states away, but it can happen. It's not forever. It's not like I'm dying here. So I have to wonder if a midlife crisis really is a crisis. Is it just the way the other people in your life see it? Or do you see it that way at the end? So I've really had a lack of being able to find testimonies from people. If anybody watching this has had experience, please put it in the comment section below and share with me and share with other people. My videos are really for my family and friends, but I've actually gotten subscribers and so fast that I'm like, there must be a real need for people to hear these stories. So if you have stories, please start doing a vlog because it is great to have. Even if you are screwing up your life. And I'm not getting really an awful lot of validation, particularly from my family. My young niece said, Aunt Dee, I'm pretty sure if you were having a midlife crisis, you wouldn't know it. First of all, my beautiful niece, you're so young, there's no way you would know anything about a midlife crisis. You certainly haven't experienced it yourself. And it'll be many, many, many years before you do. If you do, not everybody has it, not like this. And I've had other people tell me, well, just don't go. Well, just suck it up. No, it doesn't work that way. I only have so many years left. And actually, we all only have so many years left. Our days are numbered. And I think we're here for a purpose. Well, more than one purpose. I think we're here to transcend some things, whatever that might be. I feel like I have transcended some things. I probably have other things to transcend. I also feel that one of the purposes for us here on this physical plane is to experience pleasure, to have and to give and to experience pleasure. How can I be living my life purpose if I'm sitting here every day waiting for that couple of hours a week that I'm going to feel good? That is just no way to live. I just can't do that. And it's sad to me that nobody in the family understands. A few of my friends, seems like they do. There's some people that they tell me they don't want me to leave, but these people also are actually helping me. They're giving me assistance. My one friend said, well, I'll take whatever stuff that you can't get rid of. I'm just going to watch after it until you come back. So she's kind of in denial. But she's helping me. My younger daughter over here, she's helping me. She's going to be affected. She doesn't want me to leave. But I'm getting help from these people anyway. And I think probably, especially for my daughter, it's about just making sure that I'm going to be safe. So I was really very hurt that my daughter unfriended me, because at this point I'm starting to feel like there's a real good possibility that I won't be able to see her before I leave. We won't be able to spend any time together. And that's just too bad. I'm the only mother she's got, the only mother she'll ever have, whether she agrees with me or not. I think she's taking this personal, but it's not about her. It's not about her. It's not about her sons. It's not about my other daughter. It's not about my family. It's not about my friends. It's about me. No, I don't feel like I'm being selfish at all. In a few weeks, I will be 50 years old. I need to get out there and find something that I love to do. Something that I would enjoy spending my time doing many hours a day, many hours a week. I'm not sure yet what that is. I am sure I'll know it when I find it. And I figure I'm sure about that because the very few testimonies that I have come across, they knew it when they came across it. They didn't know in the beginning what it was going to be, but once they came across it, they knew it then. And they have been just doing that thing ever since. Yes, this is life-changing. I don't see it as a bad thing. It's a new journey. My one niece popped out here yesterday. They came out to pick some stuff up from my younger daughter, and she come walking into my apartment, sat here and chatted with me for a while. She's a good kid. I actually spent a lot of time with her because my younger daughter and her were kind of close. From the time my younger daughter was 13, we would go camping every year, several times a year. And usually at least a couple of times we'd go down and snatch my niece and bring her with us. So I got to spend significant amounts of time with my niece as she was growing up. I think that she's probably the least dysfunctional. So I've heard from a couple of people, but it's the kids. The adults, however, they're not talking to me. I was informed yesterday that, she thinks maybe my other sister's upset too. And I'm like, well, that's funny because I haven't heard anything from her, good, bad, or otherwise. I didn't think it was going to matter to her, really. She's pretty easygoing, pretty laid back. But I don't know, because nobody would reach out to me. I do know that I had a lot of upset, a little bit of anger on my post. Okay, so feelings, like I said, sad because my daughter unfriended me. There's no feelings of inundation, there's no knots or nervousness, and there isn't any excitement. At this point, right now, it's just about there's work that needs to be done. I need to systematically get these things done. And so this is keeping me busy, keeping my mind busy. So I hope to hear from my friend tomorrow and, that yes, he will take care of the car and then that gets done over the weekend. The rest of the clothes are going to be out of here this weekend. I hope I can catch up with my friend from Florida, maybe today. I hope somebody talks to my daughter. I don't want her to regret not talking to me, not seeing me when I leave. So that's the vlog. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Hopefully some good stuff.